Westmore. He got legal mail asking for exoneration of the Supreme Court. I need to be exonerated because terrorism isn't expungible. I need to be exonerated because I was innocent of all charges in 1986 and now. In Maryland, it's like Dred Scott. It's like Dred Scott. I'm a free man in one state and I'm a slave in another. But I'm really a slave in both states, in Illinois and in Maryland. Dred Scott was about freedom and being black in America. You overturn Roe versus Wade, well, we're going to overturn Dred Scott in 2023. This is to prove I was making a movie. That's notarized. Andy Harris got this. It's commode emotion. It's called Public Accommodations. Public Accommodations Act. It covered under the Constitution, 1964. All right? It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech. That's Governor Hogan. That's Governor Westmore. That's the Maryland Board of Elections. Because we talking about voter suppression. That's Commissioner Harrison. Commissioner Harrison, Commissioner Batts, and Commissioner Worley got this. Worley got this. Senator Bill Ferguson. Department of Justice. I need a Department of Justice investigation in Illinois and in Maryland. Kidnapping is a federal offense. That's Brian Frosch. We've been doing this since 2011, and nobody want to answer this mail. That's Izzy Pataki. You stand up for Israel, but you deny us. You got evidence and knowledge of the corruption in the courts, and you using Scott Shellenberger to incarcerate black Marylanders. That's Senator Ben Cardin. When I started this in 2007, I gave him a letter. That letter, he told me to contact Blagojevich. Well, I contacted Blagojevich. Blagojevich went to jail, so can you. You're getting ready to leave office, but your history is going to be tainted with racism. You use your office for the whole time you was in office to protect white supremacy in the Democratic Party. That's going to change. Anthony Brown. You was Lieutenant Governor Brown when I started this. You worked for Gov.O'Malley. Now you work for the state. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? City, county, state, and federal levels. I've exhausted my remedies under the law. I need an answer. 2024 session, exoneration of the Supreme Court. 2024 session, exoneration of the Supreme Court. That's Judge Badar. Judge Badar is holding evidence against Baltimore City Police Department and the Democratic Party. That's the Maryland Legislative Black Caucus. GOP Carter, Conway, Antonio Hayes. Yeah, black leadership shielding white supremacy. When Michelle Alexander wrote the book, The New Face of Old Jim Crow, well, this is it. That's President Biden, all right? So I exhausted my remedies, city, county, state, and federal levels. Mayor Brandon Scott, Johnny Oleszki, Governor Hogan, Governor O'Malley, Governor Westmore, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, and President Trump. Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? That's Dred Scott then. And this is Dred Scott now. If you go to Senator Antonio Hayes, Senator Antonio Hayes got that book. Nick Mosby got this evidence. President Trump got this evidence. You feel me? President Trump got this. Civilian Review Board. That's the Civilian Review Board, and I was there last night. If you go to Dana Moore, she got a flag. If you talk to Caitlin Young, get my paperwork. The Civilian Review Board. Nick Mosby and Corey McCrae. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? I am Dred Scott. 2024, I want exoneration of the Supreme Court. I've exhausted my remedies under the law. Now it's time to pay me, because the world is watching Baltimore. You stand for Israel, what you gonna do about me being black in America?